Oh, this is the I-64 Sports Studio too. I changed the name already. Nah, for all that.
Respect.
I changed the name already.
Respect.
I put it on. Once it's on Twitter, it don't matter. I put it out. But, we ready?
Yeah.
A little bit more? Oh, we good.
Hold on, let's put my wallet up.
All right, we good? Hey. How we about this time? We got ready?
Yeah, we ready?
Can I go? All right, we here. Another episode of the I-64 Sports Podcast. Got a couple guests in the building today. We got Arin Cuffee from Atlantic Shores Christian School. We got Tank Land from Ocean Lakes. What's going on, fellas?
What's good?
Nothing much.
Come on, man. You can't be that cool, Tank. Talk to us, Tank. What's going on? How y'all doing today?
Straight.
I'm straight. I'm good. I'm good.
First of
Feel
all,
good.
thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So let's get in it, man. Let's get in. Let's talk a little bit of football. Arin, we'll go ahead and start with you. Just talk about your recent commitment and tell us where you're going.
I'm going to North Carolina Wesleyan. I just liked the field. When I went down there, it just felt great. You know, it felt like home.
Mm-hmm.
And I love being down south. I don't really like a whole bunch of like city and stuff. And I just like the family atmosphere. It felt like everybody knew each other, and it was just nice. And I took visits to a lot of places, but that place really felt like it was like for me.
Right. And not I'm sorry, before we jump too far into this conversation where we're talking about recruiting, just kind of take us back to your senior season at Atlantic Shores and just how did you do?
In the beginning of the season, I wasn't doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what was getting into me. I think I was just like, dang, this is really it. And it was just like messing me up. I was like too focused on trying to make plays instead of just like playing my season. But later on, deeper into the season, I started snapping. Like, I feel like I did pretty good at the end of the season. And I mean, I feel like defensive wise, because that's like what I want to focus on is defense. We didn't really run a scheme that was made for me to make plays,
Right.
It was kind of, in the beginning, I played free safety, middle of the field, and most of the passes that like the teams that we went against, they were kind of like run heavy teams.
Okay.
So they didn't really throw as much. And so then I switched to corner, and then we ran a lot of man, and that's when I started like making plays and stuff. So
when do you feel like was the turning point of the season for you?
The turning point had to be when my one of my best friends got hurt.
Okay.
And we just had to set the tone for him. We just had to, show that we still had energy, even though like our MVP. Because I know when we give out awards for football, he's getting MVP because he was just that guy. And once he got hurt, I was just like, we got to pick up the energy and just start playing.
Right.
Gotcha.
And what about you, Tank? Of course, you played with Ocean Lakes this year. It's your first year back, coming back from Bishop Sullivan. How do you think things went for you guys?
It went well. I didn't really get thrown at for real, but it was a good season overall. I had fun.
Right. Oh, you didn't get thrown. What? Hold on, you didn't get thrown at. What's going on with that? Why you didn't get thrown at?
I didn't get thrown at for real. Don't ask me.
So you take that as a level of respect that teams didn't really challenge you as much as you.
That. Yeah.
Got you. And yourself, what school are you going to?
I'm going to Liberty University.
All right, you're going to Liberty. All right, so we got a North Carolina Wesleyan guy. We got a Liberty guy up in here. Arin, how did you, and we'll go back into recruiting now. So how did you end up deciding on North Carolina Wesleyan?
I was working out with my trainer, and I usually do that like all the time. And then I just got a random phone call at night. It was like at like 8 something. And the coach was like, hey, I'm from North Carolina Wesleyan and just wanted to get to know you. We already seen your film. We love you. We love the way you ball and everything. We want you to come down there. And at first, before then, I wanted to go to another school in North Carolina named Tayvion University.
Okay.
And I'm not even going to get on that. They just kind of sold me a dream for like 2 years. They told me my junior year that they wanted me to come play for them.
Okay.
And they sold me a dream for 2 years. And so after that, I was just like, forget it. So I'm on the table looking for stuff, and y'all called me to come play inside of the y'all All-Star
Legacy
game.
Bowl.
Yep.
Right.
And then they called me like soon after. So I was just like, I guess everything falling into place now. I mean, I just feel good. It feels good to have only played my position. I'm a defensive back, and I've only played it for like a year.
Okay.
I was a DN at Northview before I played that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like, it feels good to be able to go play on a collegiate level. And I've even had Division I coaches telling me, like, you're a good talent, you know? Now we feel like you're a little too short to play on a Division I level, but they was like, we feel like you're good talent. So it feels good to been playing, like, positions like that.
Right.
And then being able to change.
And you mentioned something that's very important when you talk about schools that how they play the recruiting process. Mm-hmm. And I know, Tank, that's something that you went through as well, through recruiting as well. Just kind of take us back to, because people that don't know your story, how did you end up at Liberty?
Well, like January 22nd, Coach Raymond came and saw me.
Mm-hmm.
The DB coach at Maryland.
Okay.
Came and saw me. We went and ate at Olive Garden and everything was cool. And that same weekend, I took my OV in Maryland.
Okay. Because you was previously, for those that listen, you were previously a Maryland commit at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went down there. Everything was good. Yada, yada, yada. I get back that Monday morning. They said that I wasn't eligible for them or something, but I scored a 1130 on my SAT.
Right.
And I got a 2.5, but you need a 2.3 or a 2.0 to play in NCAA.
Right.
But I think it was just an excuse to say that I'm just too short.
Okay.
Because they saw me and I was the smallest one there. No cap. Like all the other corners were 6 foot.
Right.
And they all committed. Like everybody committed that same day.
Okay.
So I got to Liberty. So after that, I'm hitting up coaches. Like I didn't.
So at that point, Maryland relationship, that was done. That was over.
They
with.
sold me a dream. Also, he came and see me for no reason. Like, he wasting my time, wasting my. So at that point, I'm going to coaches, texting coaches. Then Coach Freeze, he came to the school, and then he went to Indian River, and then he called me and was like, "I'm on my way." Like I didn't even know who he was. He just said, "I'm on my way to your house right now."
Wow.
So he came to my crib. We talking over there. Like he kept it real. Like he told me what was up. Then that same week, I took an OV there.
Okay.
As soon as I got there, coach showed mad love. Coach Hunley is my DB coach. He's cool. I'm texting him right now as we speak right now.
Okay.
But I just felt like it was chill there. I felt love.
Right.
The atmosphere, coaches, fans was even like.
And you just felt like the coach was being like real to you as far as what was his expectation.
They gave me an opportunity.
Right.
So they didn't care about my height.
Right. Is that a question that, I know, Aaron, you spoke on it too, but is that a question that you faced a lot through the recruiting process with coaches, talking about your height?
Yeah, no doubt.
Got you. So when we talk about schools that we end up with, picking schools, is it the name that we should be concerned about?
No.
Nah, man.
Right.
I could talk about that for days.
Go ahead. Let's give us your input.
First off, it's like a lot of people go to those big schools. And if you really look into it, a lot of those people that go to those big schools, they don't last.
Right.
They're used to coming from a small school or even a big school, like a big high school or big, like anything like that. And they're used to being the best in their area. But once you get to college, it don't matter if you're D3, JUCO, NAIA, it don't matter. You're not going to always be the best player on your team. Okay. And so then they get there and then they realize, oh, I'm not going to start my first year like I've been doing all my life. A lot of them, they've been starting varsity since they 8th grade year. And then they go into college and they not starting. They just like, am I not good? Blah, blah, blah.
So you think it's a culture shock for them to get to school?
It just hit them like a brick. Like,
right.
And I'm not going to mention no names, but I know some people that's just like, they got there to college and they like, oh, this ain't working out like it used to. Right. And now they want to quit football, you know, and I'm just like, you got to thug it out or you should have made a better decision, when you went there. You know? But they so wrapped up in I got to go D1.
Go to his name school. Yeah. And it seemed like what the name schools are doing is like, I don't know if I want to say this, but it's like they're kind of holding you guys off until they get the prospects they really, truly want to sign. Is it kind of how you guys felt as well?
Yeah, they was just trying to get all the guys they wanted first.
Right.
I felt like that was like a backbone in the last minute. Yeah.
How much do you think rankings, when we talk about recruiting rankings, how much do you think this stuff plays into how college coaches recruit?
I'm gonna let you go first.
They go off all that. I don't know why they go off 40 times. And I ain't run the 40 since my sophomore year. Right. And I ain't even commit to a Power 5 and they still talking about my 40.
Still talking about 40 times.
Yeah, right. I don't understand none of that. They going off 40s, vertical. Right. Like, if you can play, you can play at the end of the day.
Right, because how often are we really running straight 40 yards? Like, how often are
not even on go routes? Because if the DB lean on you, not running no straight go route. Like,
right.
It don't matter how fast you is. If a receiver get a step on you, you're late regardless. Right. If it's a good ball, he got a step on you, you're late.
Right. Yeah. Are there? We talk about levels of competition. I know, like Tang, you play with Bishop. You guys play against St. Francis. DeMatha, you play against schools like that. When you compare the guys on the national level to the competition on the local level, how do you see things stacking up?
The game speed was slower. Okay. From private school to back to public. Okay. Competition, it was all right. It wasn't the same as because the private school you got to watch film. See who's on the side. Cause they got coaches on the sideline with hat colors, throwing up signals, lined up inside, outside the numbers.
Right.
It's just a lot of schemes on this.
Right.
Public school is just our guys are better than your guys. We scheme too, but at the end of the day, it's our guys.
Pretty much who has the best players is going to win public school. Well, so what was the biggest transition other than game speed coming back to public school?
The transition. I don't even know for real. It was.
Was it anything?
Nah, I was just ball regardless.
Got you. What about you, Aaron? Because you kind of went in reverse of him. You know, you went from public school to private school. So what was the big difference?
The biggest thing with private school to me was that every team had a dog or some dogs. You get what I'm saying? It'd be like guys and it'd be that one stud on their team. And so game planning and like film sessions with stuff was playing around certain guys, you know, and so it wasn't really a big difference for me because I feel like if you have a good team versus a good team, the results will be the same as a bad team versus a bad team. They're equal. Right. And so I feel like if my team had some studs and your team had some studs, then it's equal. Right. You know, but it was definitely, like he said, it was definitely slower. Right. You know, and I felt like I was moving in slow motion sometimes playing against those guys, but I feel like the play calling was just like simple. Everything was simple. Like some of the teams, the team that won the state championship in our like division, they were a wing T team.
You remember the team?
Fredericksburg Christian. Do I feel like they was nice? No. Right. But I feel like that scheme, and they had guys that just wanted to eat. They had dogs on their team, you know, and just pound it down your face. But at the same time, I feel like those guys, even if in private school, like in certain private schools, even if they manage to send their guys to college, they won't be ready because they run something that's so simple. Right. You know, it's going to be hard. I mean, they sent their running back to college. But their quarterback, he's not really a quarterback if he in a wing T. You get what I'm saying?
So it's kind of hard. He's not really getting prepared for the college level.
Yeah.
Got you. So when we talk about, you guys both are DB, so let's put it on the table. Who's that one receiver that hit you up? Like, he got me.
DeKendall James.
DeKendall James from Bishop, right?
No, he played for Portsmouth Christian.
And
now he goes to Coastal Carolina.
Got you.
Yeah, that guy's
real. Your sophomore year?
Junior year.
That was junior year.
That's my guy though. Me and DK cool, but that guy he.
What route did he get you on?
Slant.
A slant.
He run that. It won't even like quick because he do like this hesitation step. It's like he shuffle this way and then just plant and go inside. And if you're not patient with it, like if you don't just wait on it, just be patient, then he gonna take it. He gonna take it for 6.
Gotcha.
You know.
What about you, Tank?
It was my sophomore year, our first year at Bishop. We went to the Powerade tournament. It was some receiver from Holland Springs.
For real?
Yeah.
Was it Ali?
No, it wasn't Ali. He was still at Hermitage.
Got you.
My sophomore year. I don't know his name, but it was some receiver.
Holland Springs. That's a team that can play on probably any level. You know, we talk about public school, high private school, 4 years in a row. That's a great team.
I heard they supposed to be playing IMG soon.
I wouldn't doubt it. That'd be a good matchup. What about all right, so you guys, and I'll go back to you. You guys ran in Manchester this year, of course, eventual state champion. What was it like going against a quarterback like Brandon Clark?
Brandon Clark, he was a good quarterback. But I still ain't get too much.
Yeah.
Work over there for real.
Got you. But they just had Manchester had a good team this year.
Yeah.
Good team this year.
Yeah, they had a great team.
Great team, man. Of course, you guys were playing without Jake. Jake Lowe.
Yeah, we had a couple out.
Yeah, had a couple people out. What was it like? What's it been like that relationship with you guys? I know you came into middle school together, you came into high school together. How does that relationship?
Jake, that's my boy. Like we played since 5th grade. We played with the Virginia Beach Mustangs. Okay. He ain't talk that much either. Like, he was a little white boy with like blonde hair.
What's his name? What we call him? What everybody call him?
Jake the Snake.
Jake Sunshine.
Yeah,
he was Sunshine back then.
Yeah, but he cool though. He talk a little bit more, but it's not like he open up. But yeah,
and that's one of the guys you talk about, underrated guys in the area. Oh yeah. Jake is definitely one of those guys. Yeah. He's going to University of Chicago.
With his brother.
That's a steal for them because if he wouldn't have got hurt, he may have been at a way higher caliber school than that. So, yeah, Jake's a good one. What about you, Aaron? Who would you say was the best player you ever played with?
Best player I've ever played with? Ooh, it's sad. I don't know. Shoot.
How about this? Give me 5.
All right, I can do 5. All right, guys. So I played with this guy, and he goes to Buffalo now. His name is Kevin Marks.
Kevin Marks, yep, KJ.
KJ. I played with Anton Ashby. That boy was nasty. That's my guy.
He led Hampton Roads in receiving yards and touchdowns.
Yeah, that's my guy. Terrell Heath.
Okay.
That boy real. Tyler Lacey. Okay. And shoot. See, you put me in a hard spot right there. I don't want to make nobody mad. I'm trying to think. Shoot.
Hey, man.
Well, I mean, since he in the room, I played 7-on-7 with Tank. You know? Cool. And I just love, like, I love the fact that we so, like, we're kind of, like, close in the same, you know. Right. Tank remind me of myself, you know. And the fact that he even short, too, and it's like he always doubted, he always got to prove himself. Right. It's just something like, I just feel the same way. I feel like I always got to prove myself. Right. Almost, to be completely real with you, I almost fought my Northview coaches because they wouldn't let me switch my position. Right. I was like, we need you to play linebacker. I'm like, I can't be a college linebacker. I'm 5'7" on a good day. Right. I can't be no college linebacker. I want to play corner or safety. And no, we're not going to let you do it. And then when I finally threatened to leave, they finally let me play safety. You get what I'm saying?
So how tough is it, going back to that situation, how tough is it because you want to be a good teammate, but you also want to look out for your future. So how tough is it balancing that?
For me, it won't tough. I'm the type of guy that if I know what I want, I know what I want. And I know for a fact that I wanted to play at a collegiate level. Right. So when it came to them, the most we'll let you play is strong safety in the box. I'm like, nah, man, I can cover. Right. You know, and that's what they were missing. And then now, not just Northview, I'm not saying just Northview, but now coaches that didn't want to give me a chance back in the day, they come and they talk to me now like, yeah, you're such a good player, you can cover. I ain't know you could kick return and stuff because y'all never gave me the shot to do it. Right. Y'all told me I was a DN at 5'7". Right. What 5'7" DNs you know in the NFL?
Now again, you were at that time. Northview was a great, they had a great team. Yeah. I think that was the year they went to state. You guys went to state.
Yeah, they was close. They was one game away. They lost to Highland Springs.
Right. Yeah. I covered that game. So Highland Springs was a great team. But so sometimes you're put in that position and it's tough. Yeah. Nobody wants to be the guy that, hey, I'm transferring. But at the end of the day, you both guys have done this. You've done what's best for yourself. You know, and that's a great thing. Social media. How do we deal with social media? Whether we're talking about criticism or praise, how do we deal with that?
I don't pay it no mind. Okay, I be reading the comments and I just be like, wow. I mean, it don't hurt my feelings or nothing because they just people behind computers. Right. Maybe people with 0 followers following 1,000 people.
Right, just talking stuff. Right, just trying to get your attention. That's like because even with probably situation with the Liberty situation, there was a lot of talking, whether positive and negative. But I guess it's something that you just.
Yeah, I mean, it's hate, it's life. Like, somebody always got something to say about somebody for no reason. I don't understand what you hating for. Right. Everybody got the same opportunity. Everybody grow up.
Right? Yeah. That's right. So, to the younger players, what advice would you give younger players that's coming behind you, dealing with social media?
Just don't give up. Don't entertain anything on social media. If you got to think about it, don't do it. Learned that from Coach Scott. So, if you got to think about it, just don't do it. But you just got to work. Just don't give up.
Right. I always go back to Herm Edwards. I think the line he says, like, don't hit sin. Like, I always, like, even myself, because a lot of times, and I'll go back to last week, since we're on wax, I'll go back to last week. Even adults, we face criticism, and you want to respond, you want to rant, but you can't. It's not always best at times, so... It's hard. I'm not, and I won't tell you guys it's not hard dealing with social media, whether you want to... After the Legacy Bowl, when you see your highlight tapes, when you just want to keep reposting it, or whether it's negative stuff like what you did with Tank. So I think the thing that we all got to do is probably stay off social media, as much as we're up there. Probably need to stay off it a little bit. Yeah. And we talked about rankings, right?
Oh, I want to go back to that.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Man, so so I feel like these rankings and stuff, they not. I can't say rigged. Okay. But I feel like a lot of players are just. They're not as good as those rankings say they are. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I know guys that, so I played against a guy. He was ranked number, I think, 13 in the state for his class. Okay. He ain't good. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like the only reason why he's ranked so high is because he's a tall receiver that goes up for the ball. Right. And they feel like, well, since he's tall, he go up for the ball and got good grades. We want him on a Division I level. And we want him to be ranked high in the state. But who is he playing against? The private school life that I play against, like the people that I play in, they're not like Gonzaga. They're not like teams like that have good talent. They don't have like DBs. And defensive back is one of the hardest positions to coach because you can't coach it.
Right.
It's just a feeling, it's a reaction.
Right.
And so I feel like since he's not going against no DBs, the only good DB he played against this season was me, and he kept going away from my side.
Right.
And then they didn't even really throw the ball like that. So I feel like, and he's ranked 13 in the state for what?
So as a defensive back, when you got wide receivers, I'm not gonna say they avoid you, but their offensive schemes, they don't have to deal with you.
Yeah.
Does that take away the credit from them?
I mean, it can, but it can't. It all depends. For us as a DB, if he keep going the opposite side, we're gonna feel like he trying to like duck red. But at the same time, it's probably towards a scheme. Like at the end of the day, it's to win the ball game.
Right.
Like we know you go lock him up, so you go on the other side and work him out.
But that thing though, like I can't even speak. It takes away from our credibility because they gonna say, "Oh, Josh Norman ain't nice because he ain't following him."
But is that a respect thing? I mean, because at the end of the day, Josh Norman not following him is a part of the Redskins scheme. Yeah. It's not that Josh Norman can't check these guys. So, I mean, if you got guys that avoid you, that should be a little bit of respect too, right?
There's a respect on your end, but at the end of the day, I think if you good enough to check somebody, you need to follow them. You get what I'm saying?
Deion didn't always follow the best receiver.
Anybody
better than Deion?
Patrick Peterson not better than Deion?
Wait a minute. How old are you?
Patrick Peterson not better than Deion?
He's young.
Are you missing it?
Now your age
Are you missing it?
Your age is showing.
Patrick
Peterson going to get a 30 for 30?
Think about this.
Patrick Peterson going to get 30 for 30?
Of course.
Patrick Peterson going to get a 30 for 30?
I don't know.
Can Pat Pete tackle? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Hey, listen.
Can Pat Pete tackle? Just answer that question.
What is my job as a DB? To tackle or to stop people from catching the ball?
Be an all-around
No.
athlete.
What's my job? Linebackers
Be an athlete.
Linebackers tackle.
DBs are the best athletes on the field.
I told Taraji every time, if he break loose and score, that's a yard.
Thank you.
I'm not tackling.
Linebackers tackle. DBs stop the ball.
Pat Pete is the best DB to ever play. Him and Sean Taylor.
Hey,
you can't disagree with me.
Zoom in on
you
this.
Can't disagree. You can't disagree. You can't disagree.
When this come out,
Pat Pete can tackle. Pat Pete can cover man coverage and zone coverage. Deion could not tackle. Pat Pete can return just like Deion. He does everything that Deion does and more. He's better than Deion. Period. You can't argue that. And then Sean Taylor, period, is the best safety to ever play.
I know it's killing your dad to be quiet right now.
I'm telling you, you can't argue with that.
You are really showing your age, my brother.
How can you argue that?
How can I argue with prime time? Everything comes behind prime time is just a junior.
Okay,
this is prime time, baby.
Since you an old head, tell me this. From Deion's era, name another DB.
From Deion's era. Let me see.
You gotta think, right? You gotta think, right?
When we talk about DBs, we mean the caliber of Deion.
I'm talking about on that caliber because when you
but nobody's on the caliber of Deion.
So who else was a good DB back then? Nobody.
We got Rob Woodson. It's guys.
Them dudes ain't like
Green.
Those dudes can't compete like that. You get what I'm saying? But
Patrick Peterson's team was 3-10. Like what was their record last year? What he gonna do?
Get on offense and defense? He can't do both.
All right, put it like this.
Come on now.
Put it like this. I'm not saying that there's not good corners in this era. They're just nobody's better than Deion at what he does. There's nobody better than Deion at what he does. I like your comment.
You only saying that because you old.
I'm 32.
You only saying that because you old. Come on, man.
Let me wrap this interview up real quick. But yeah. So going back, yes, of course, Patrick Peterson is great. Who are some other guys you look up to?
Earl Thomas, because he's short, you know, and he just got line-hearted. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, he's just a dog. Right. And I just look up to him. Him, Tyrann Matthews, you know. And then, of course, Cam Chancellor, because he's from here, you know. He show you that no matter what you come from, you can make it out.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And, of course, you know, just DBs in general. I just love watching DBs play because it's that technique, you know. Right. It's something about it.
Right. What about you, Tank?
I'm a fan of Darrelle Revis. I like him. He patient. He play with technique, and like I can go on the jump.
So
watch his jump every time.
This actually goes into one of my questions. Who do you think had the better peak in terms of their prime, Darrelle Revis or Richard Sherman?
Revis.
Then Revis did.
Yeah.
Darrelle Revis, Patrick Peterson.
Come on, don't ask me that.
I'm gonna ask you that because you're
Patrick Peterson. I'm not. He the best DB to ever play.
I don't know, man. Been too many
best corner. He the best corner to ever play. Best corner to ever play.
Very talented. Return the ball. Public or private school competition?
Ain't nothing better than public school because it's home. Mm-hmm. But the competition wise, like what I played in is private because you got everybody like think of private school like they weed, but end of the day, it's a lot of Power 5 athletes that play in the private school.
Right. Especially when you talking about those 6'4" receivers and like receivers
public school, like he said, you only got like one legit stud. So like,
and y'all know each other. Y'all play 7-on-7 together and all that good stuff. Do you wish you had the opportunity to play, against Gonzaga and the Mathis schools like that?
Yeah. Like I really wish I could have played like Our Lady Good Counsel, Gonzaga, schools like that, DeMatha. Like I wish I got a chance to play schools like that. And I feel like I personally, I would be more comfortable with myself if I played against better receivers like that.
Right.
Because when I went into the Legacy Bowl, I knew I was going to lock them dudes up. That's period. Like I knew I was that good.
Right.
But it would have made me feel even better to go against guys that I knew were better. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I know that you going to Alabama. I know you going to Clemson. I know you going here because it's like, I know I'm nice and I know I could really do it. And it's going to make me feel better to know like I'm locking up these type of guys. Because it low key feels just like, he won't supposed to catch that. Of course I'm going to lock him up. He won't supposed to catch that. He's not better than me.
Right.
He's not going nowhere. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So
how much do you think the Legacy Bowl will help you out?
Confidence wise, I'm going to go based off personal feeling. Confidence wise, I feel like it helped me a lot because it reminded me like, dude, you can do this. You get what I'm saying? Like, because before the Legacy Bowl, and I don't know if it was the Legacy Bowl that helped me or it wasn't that helped. Like, I don't know how it worked with the recruiting or whatever. But I felt like maybe I don't have no offers because I'm not good enough. And then I went out there with them public school dudes, and I'm like, yeah, you still got it, bro.
Right. How tough is it coming into your senior year not knowing what college you're going to?
Frustrating.
Yeah.
It's a last minute thing. Like, that's why I committed so early to hold a spot. Because these schools can throw out a certain amount of scholarships.
Right.
So it's like I try to hold my spot, like, for sure before I come to this jump.
Right.
Because I didn't even know where I was going before signing day. I didn't even know I was signing. That's why on the pictures I had on a regular jacket.
Stuff. Right.
Just chilling because I didn't know if I was signing or not. So then it's just a frustrating process. Like the whole process with me from Tech to Maryland.
Right.
The Liberty, it was just frustrating.
Right. What about you?
Man, it's been a sad process.
Well, you got a story you want to tell.
Okay. So I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Let's do that.
My parents are the GOATs. Like, period. They the best parents that anybody could ask for.
Right.
But it came to a point where we had to sit down and talk like, should you play football anymore?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because it was almost like if ain't nobody looking at you and you know what you want to go to college for, then you might need to just go to college. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And then right before I was about to commit to Wesleyan, that hit me. I was just like, man, maybe I just need to just go to college.
And that's probably when the apprentice school started coming into play.
Nah. Apprenticeship school. Okay, so my head coach, Coach Wayne Lance, his son, John Davis, is the head coach at apprenticeship.
Oh, okay.
So he's been talking to me for a minute, and I love Coach John. Like that's my guy. Okay. But he understands that I can't go to his school because I know what I want to do. I want to be an FBI agent.
Oh, okay.
And, I want to go study criminal justice and all that stuff, and I can't do that.
Hey, we need you in the White House right now, man. We gotta clean that thing up.
No, I ain't ready. I ain't ready for that
yet. We need you right now.
That's too much. That's too much dip on my chip. I ain't ready for all that yet.
But it's always great to have a plan, man. So we're gonna get you out of here with these, a couple quick hitters. I kind of asked you a couple of them already. Blueface, hot or nah? Hot or nah?
I don't know if I can be quick with that. Cause
you said nah.
I love the way Crips rap. It's just how they just got that flow. They just got that flow, that off the beat flow, and they just hit you with the quick punchlines. It's just how Crips rap. So I like Blueface because of his style, but personally, his bars ain't hard. But
the Crips, they rap.
A lot. Google Crips.
Google Crips that
rap. You can be like, okay, they all rap like this with the California accent and everything. It's a special twang to it. You feel
Google Crips that rap.
Yeah.
Make sure you go home and Google Crips that rap.
I'm telling you, listen to it. You can be like, oh shoot, okay. Mop the floor, hide the wet
Make
sign
sure
just
you
to
go
catch
home,
him slipping.
Google.
Like, come on, bro.
Rap. Say that line one more time. What was that line?
Mop the floor, hide the wet sign just to catch him slipping.
Oh, come man. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Drop a line.
Go on.
All right. Tom Brady or Drew Brees?
Tom.
Drew Brees.
Yeah, Tom, I gotta go with Tom. I lean more towards championship people. You know, that's just me. Wide receiver or defensive back?
Come on, man. Come on. Next question. Bro. Come on.
Well, I know, like, Tan, you played wide receiver before, like quarterback.
It's too much to worry about.
Yeah.
You gotta catch, worry about getting hit, block, big old linebacker.
Yeah.
You sound like you don't like contact.
I'm a cover corner. I would get in there.
I'm a cover corner. Right. All right. Basketball, football.
Next question.
But even as far as watching,
you asking these easy jumps.
You like watching basketball?
I don't.
You don't watch basketball?
I'm a football player.
For real?
I play football.
What's your favorite team?
Seattle.
What about you?
Philly.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah, you like it that. All right. Ella May or Rihanna?
Rihanna.
Come
on now.
I don't know.
Bad girl Riri. Come on now.
You know, look. You can get in trouble, boy. You better watch yourself.
Hey.
All right, I'm going to get you out of here with this.
I'm 18. She get me up.
Top 5 rappers. Give me your top 5.
Oh, yes, sir.
No
All
Crips.
Dirt.
No Crips.
Go ahead, Tank.
Dirt.
Okay.
Meek Mill.
Okay.
Herb.
Okay.
Q the Fool. And,
Okay.
and Glock.
So you got 2 rappers that don't catch a beat. I'll take why you like her? Like, why you like him?
It's just the vibe in the
Just
song.
the vibe.
Yeah.
Herb, nice.
What about you, Aaron?
This is no particular order.
Okay.
First off, the GOAT, Biggie Smalls.
Okay.
Period. Biggie, that's my guy.
Biggie the GOAT, disrespect.
ODB.
Dion. Okay. ODB.
ODB. Yes.
That man said
ODB.
ODB.
Project Pat.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar
Okay.
and Kanye West.
And these are none of the artists you can listen to at Atlantic shows.
Nah, not at all. Not in a little bit. Not in a little teensy bit. Nah.
Not even
Not in a little teensy bit.
Not at all, man. But I just want to make sure I don't forget nothing. Any regrets about how your senior season went?
No.
Or high school period? Any regrets at all?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day now, I'm be thinking like, nah, because God had something planned for me anyway. You get what I'm saying? So I don't really regret it, but at the same time, I'd be looking back like, what if I knew that I wanted to be a defensive back in 8th grade?
Okay.
And instead of playing middle school ball in 8th grade, going to play JV in high school, or training when I was younger. I quit playing football when I was 10 because I wanted to fence and do like fencing, the Olympic sport, and I wanted to do UFC fighting. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't never get to it. Yeah, but I ended up Beyblading instead. But shoot, that's what I wanted to do. And
you might be in for this career. Like this might be your next career. I don't know about FBI. We might have to get you over here.
A lot of people tell me that, but at the same time, I don't know. Like I'm a guy. I like risk. Like I'm willing to take risk, but at the same time, I'm like I like guaranteed stuff. You get what I'm saying? And it's this industry. To be able to, talk in front of a camera and all that stuff is hard. And a lot of stuff isn't guaranteed.
Right.
But I can guarantee go to college. I'm guaranteed going to pass. And I'm guaranteed going to get my degree in criminal justice. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And as much as I love to be in front of a camera and love to talk, which I get told that every day, it's almost like I want to make sure I like I'm actually good. I want to make sure that everything's guaranteed. But I love kids. I want to be a coach.
Okay.
But I also like to train people. I want to be a trainer.
You better like making some money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so much stuff that I'm passionate about because I'm just a passionate person. But I just want to be a guaranteed person too. You get what I'm saying?
I get you. All right, guys. Well, I thank you both for joining us today, man. I enjoyed myself. Hopefully you guys did too. Definitely welcome to come back on and look forward to following you guys, man.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.